Well, what's up guys, it's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and we are on the free-to-play account. It is Friday, so of course it's another episode of Free-to-Play Friday, and we're going to start things off in the hard Doom Tower. We are on floor 50 trying to get past the Scarab King for the first time on this account. I haven't really been paying much attention to hard Doom Tower up until the last couple of weeks now that we're kind of moving into a later game phase with this account. We're almost done with Faction Wars. We've only got a few more that we need to 3-star in order to pick up Lydia. We've kind of started pushing our way into hard Doom Tower just to kind of test out where we are, see how far we can get. The last rotation we made it up to like floor 43 or 44, I think. This time we're actually already up to floor 60. I went ahead and recorded this a little bit earlier today, but this part when we did fight the Scarab King, because I had to rework a champion. I'm going to talk about that a little bit here in a second, but we've pushed our way all the way up to 60 with the Nether spider, which you'll see at the end of this episode. And we're doing pretty well. Now there's going to be some tough waves coming up. I have a pretty interesting wave team I've built to kind of help out with that, and we'll see if they can do it. But there's some really tough waves later in the tower, 265 speed waves, Siffies that are pretty tough with double Rotos, double Siffy, some double Mordu Macabre. It gets pretty difficult later on, and this account is not quite as progressed as my main account, so my Great Hall is not as good. I'll throw up a screenshot here so you can kind of see that, because that's also going to play into what we talk about here with Vergis, doing the duo here with Warlord. You can see my Spirit is not that great for his extra stats. We've got them all blue, but we don't quite have any golds just yet. Obviously, we don't play this account as much as the main, and we spend on the main account too, so it's a little bit easier to progress there. So we're still working on it here, but it's kind of nice. It's always kind of fun to come over to this account and play it, because we still do have things to progress and things to do, whereas on my main account I'm pretty bored right now because honestly I don't have anything to do there. Everything's pretty much autocomplete, especially the fusions. I get them done pretty easily, so not a whole lot to do there. We farm normal Doom Tower, farm hard Doom Tower on that account, so really no problems. We're just working through the last section of the Ramontu missions, and then we'll have a new champ to play with there. But on this account we still have plenty to progress through, and it's pretty fun to still be able to troubleshoot, work on the gear, work on rolling stuff, trying to build a different set for a champion to see if we can get through the content. But we are using the Vergis strategy here, where we have him built to basically solo this boss once the rest of his team dies. I tried my best to build him like the Vergis I have on my main account. I've done the video, which I'll link below, where I have the solo Vergis build. I couldn't quite get there with the stats, not all the way. I was able to get close on most of them, but the resistance we were lacking only around like 320 or so. So I had to bring in Warlord because he does have that 80 resist in all battles aura, so that's going to help us hit that 400 mark that I wanted to. And actually those stats are supposed to be for the higher up, the 90 to 100 Scarab, so I figured we'd be fine here on the 50 Scarab to get through it. I don't know if this will work for the higher up one. I don't know if we'll even be able to get there, but I just wanted to see if we can get through this guy here and get this done. So we were able to do it. You'll see here in a second. It is a pretty long run. It's going to be over like 11 minutes or so, so I've actually pre-recorded this and sped it up so you guys can see the run now. Full disclosure, it did fail the first 2 runs because we got some bad RNG. Warlord didn't die quickly enough, so we weren't getting the buffs on Vergis that we needed, and that kind of threw it off a little bit. We also had some bad RNG with the Scarab stealing the continuous heal, which didn't help either. That's like a 3%er where it just kind of completely screws you because he fully heals himself, and then he he takes you out before you can get back to where you need to be. And the other difference here too is I do have this Vergis in a 2-piece resistance set. The Vergis on my main account, I run him in the Destroy gear and the Immortal gear, so he actually heals up a lot more than this version does. We'll see if that's going to be a problem later on, but I do have a couple pieces of Immortal gear I can put on him if I need to. Hopefully we don't have to make that change, and he'll just work this way, and hopefully we'll be able to get to the next Scarab boss, but who knows. But the run is finally coming to an end here. You can see it took us just a little bit over, it's probably going to be a little bit over 11 minutes here, but we were able to get through it, get some nice rewards, some energy we can use for some other areas of the game. We've been working on Minotaur a lot. I've got a lot of masteries I still have to finish up. But there you go. There is the run. It's all done. So what we're going to go ahead and do is jump into our champions real quick, take a look at the gear and the stats, and then we'll get into some more Doom Tower once that's done. Alright, so here we are in the champion roster. We're going to go ahead and take a quick look at our Warlord and also our Vergis that we did use to get through the Scarab King on floor 50 of the hard Doom Tower here on the alt free-to-play account. You see my Warlord is mainly built for arena there. He's packing about 574 accuracy, halfway decent speed at 228. Now, I did put him in some counterattack accessories when I was building him, just because he does have the chance on the A1 to extend the debuffs that are on the enemy team, but basically just accuracy, perception gear. Wanted to try to get him as much speed and accuracy as possible, but really the only reason we have him in there for Scarab King is because of this resist aura 80 in all battles, just pretty big. I think Rosin's is a little bit bigger at 90, but that's only for arena, and then I believe Lydia is at 100, I want to say. I can't remember for sure, but I think hers might be in arena only as well, so we needed an all battles aura there because Rector Drath is the only Doom Tower resistance aura I think I have, and hers is, it's like 50 or 55. It's something low like that. We needed a lot more than that, so that's where our Warlord is. And then we have Vergis down here somewhere. Now, I had to rebuild him. He was built for a clan boss, so we had to find a destroy set for him that worked. And what I tried to basically do is get him stats close enough to the Vergis. I use my main account to basically solo every version of the Scarab King. The stats aren't quite as high as there, though. I have over 400 resistance on that Vergis on my other account. That's why we had to bring in Warlord to get us to 390. I don't know if this would be enough to beat the one on, I think it's floor 90 or floor 100, depending on the rotation. Defense needs to be a little bit higher as well, but my HP is actually a bit higher here than it is on my main account. So I figured we were close enough that if I had the resistance aura, we'd be able to get through it. Now, the only difference really is that I don't have him in any immortal gear, which on my main account I run him in the immortal set. Now, I do have a set of immortal I thought about rolling up to try to get him into, because I do actually have a resistance chest piece here. I have to roll this up. I didn't want to lose all this HP, and then we'd have to find a helmet here that's got some resistance on it. We do have this one here, which isn't too bad. We could make up a little bit of the resistance we're going to lose, plus the chest piece would roll a little bit higher than what we have currently. So that's one option for upgrading him. And of course, as we get better destroy gear on the account, we can also try to upgrade him. I didn't think I'd have the gear yet at this point to be able to do the hard Scarab solo duo slash strategy there, so I was kind of happy that it did work out for us and we were able to at least clear floor 50. We're now as high as we've ever been in the hard Doom Tower, which is pretty cool. We haven't really pushed it much on this account. I've been using a lot of Lady Kimmy here. I'm just kind of showing her off because we just got her as part of the pull one get one legendary event. We got really lucky. We just pulled 10 ancient shards to get some food champs, and we wound up getting her in Astrolith. So I've actually been using her. I've been using Warlord, Sylar, Syl, and then Kymar as my main floor team just for the different waves, and it's been working out pretty well. What we're going to actually try out tonight, though, we'll go back over here to Doom Tower, and you'll see here we've actually made it up to the Nether Spider at floor 60. I've never been up this high on Hard Tower before. We actually even managed to clear a couple of the secret rooms this time. There's a few we just cannot do quite yet, but we've managed to do 4 this time, which is pretty good. I think this one here, we just don't have the lizard champs built for this. I seriously doubt my Aox and Dreg can do it just with the 2 of them, although they are built pretty strong for a clan boss. I don't think the 2 of them can beat this room themselves. And then rare attack champions, I seriously doubt they can do it. I may try this later though, but that is going to take some re-gearing in order to get through. But you can see our team that we're using on the main floors here is basically Lady Kimmy with the Speed Aura. We've got Syl in there. We've got Sylar, Warlord, and then Kymar to reset. And it's not a fast team. It usually takes 3 to 4 minutes to clear each one of these floors, but they basically keep the enemy team locked down pretty much 99% of the time, so they're not really getting too many turns. Now, I'm a little worried about this Nether Spider. We were able to beat the one a little bit lower down in the tower. Let me go check the team I use, because I don't know if I really have a team. We'll probably use a similar setup to this. This team worked pretty well. They actually didn't have too much trouble on floor 20, but the one on floor 60 is a different beast. And I don't know if my Drexstar is going to be sturdy enough. He's usually the hero of the Doom Tower, but I haven't really tried him out too much here in Hard Tower. So let's go ahead and put him in. I may actually keep him in there because I can't remember exactly what his accuracy is, if he's going to need the boost or not. Okay, he's 307. I don't remember the resistance exactly on Nether Spider at this level, but we're going to go ahead and I think keep him in there. Now, we had Uragrim because of the cleanse. And then we also have, let's see, I think we bring in Reliquary Tender for the cleanse as well, and also a little bit of revive if we need it. Seal of the Drakes usually works well here, and she is strong affinity. Now, one thing I was thinking about trying here was actually bringing in Helikath, because he's got the weaken on the A1. Although his accuracy, he is not built for accuracy, so we wouldn't have to worry about that. I don't know if he's pre-programmed AI will not use the AoE attacks like most of the others, but he's got this block damage, which is pretty nice. And then he's got the passive here. If he counterattacks the spiderlings, I don't know if that's going to screw things up or not. But he's pretty sturdy. 5k defense, 45,000 HP, 183 speed. And that shields and block damage would probably be pretty nice here. So I may actually bring him in instead of Mausoleum Mage to see if he can help us out with this. Now, we'll see if he uses the AoE. If he does, we'll have to go in and do a preset team where we turn off that ability. But let's see how it goes. We got through the first wave pretty fast there. That's good. So we've got Drexstar. My Drexstar is pretty sturdy here, but he's in all Immortal gear. I think on my main account, I run him in Lifesteal and Immortal, so he's able to heal up a little bit better with his attacks. But we'll see. See what we can do here. We did get bombs out on us. Okay, that's good. We get the cleanse off. I probably should have actually manualed this so we have all our cleansing abilities up for Nether Spider when we first come in. But we'll get through this Candor Fawn here. We're just going to make sure we target the Nether Spider. And we'll see what happens, because she does a lot of damage. Look at all the poisons that we have up on us already. Reliquary Tender is pretty much already dead. We got the continuous heal up. Yeah, this is not going to work. I can pretty much tell that already. That's rough. Yeah, you got to get those poisons off almost immediately. And I do not think there's any way the Drexstar can solo this. So, actually, yeah, that's rough. Okay. We'll try one more time, and we'll manual wave 2 to see if we can save some of those cooldowns for the boss. So as soon as this guy goes down here, we'll just try to do this last one here. And just manual everything. I don't know why I'm just weak attacking people like an idiot. Okay, so I can use his AoE here. That's fine. Okay, I actually probably should have tried to get rid of Shazar ahead of time so that we don't have to worry about these bombs. I don't know if these will be able to take us out or do any damage, but I think we'll be okay here. Let's see if we can just A1 through the rest of this. So we have all of our cooldowns available when we get here, so we can hopefully use that cleanse whenever all the poisons come out, because this is really tough to survive right here. Okay, there we go. So we actually got a cleanse off early, which is cool. I think that may help us a little bit, but I don't know. I don't think I have the gear quite yet to get through, but you know, we're doing pretty well. Like I said, this is the highest we've been up in the Hard Doom Towers so far. I was hoping to maybe get up to floor 80 so we could snag another Sacred Shard. We've been getting pretty lucky on the Sacred Shards from Ultra Nightmare Clan Boss. I think we're up to 3 or 4 at this point, and I kind of started just using those for the summon events, or for the fusion events, the fragment events. Having those Sacred Shards makes the summon rush a little bit easier to pull off, and just makes the whole event easier if you can get all those summon rush points. Alright, so there we do get the block damage. That's actually pretty huge. So that's going to help us. Even with all these poisons on us, we're going to not take any damage there, but hopefully we can get a cleanse and get these off. Okay, he does counterattack the Spiderling. That's... I need Reliquary Tender to get a big cleanse off here. My other idea here is to actually bring in Mausoleum Mage for Seal of the Drakes, but he's only level 50, so that may be a little tough. His gear's not up to par, although I am strongly thinking about 6-starring him before Faction Wars, just to be able to get another 60 undead, because my undead I'm kind of stuck on the very last floor of Faction Wars there, and the guys that I have built just aren't going to do it. So I've got to find another level 60. It's kind of between Gorgorab and Mausoleum Mage right now. I think I'm going to wind up using both of them at some point in later content. So it's like you got Gorgorab for 3v3 Arena and some other areas, and then Mausoleum Mage is just really solid everywhere that you can use him. So I don't know. Well, this is going a lot better than last time. You can see here, because we have the cooldowns available when we first started the boss, we were able to get that initial cleanse off. It really helped us to get through that first wave of poisons, but we're struggling a bit now. We can bring back Reliquary Tender, but look at all these poisons. This is just nuts. We gotta get a cleanse here pretty soon. I'm very spoiled on my main account because I have Raglan, so these poisons are usually never an issue. So there we go. We do lose Uragrim. We're still hanging in there. This is much better than the first attempt, but I think that's probably going to do it there. Yeah, it doesn't look okay. Well, we do get block damage. If we can get a revive off from Syl the Drakes here, we do have a chance. We still have some HP burn ticking away on some of the spiderlings, but we need to get a revive here or we are in deep trouble. Still got the block damage going, but we're going to keep getting hit with this poison. That's going to hurt. Okay, we do get a revive on Drexstar. That may actually help us out quite a bit. We'll see what we can do here. I just really need Syl. Okay, yeah, she's not. Ooh, she just barely survives that attack. Okay, she's gonna fall down there. Now it's up to Drexstar. Can he take this home? Oh my goodness. I think there's gonna be too much poison here. There is. Yep. Oh man, that's kind of rough. That was pretty close. I think this team could eventually do it. I think they probably could. But let's try. Oh, it erased everybody. That's unfortunate. I actually kind of like Helicath there with that block damage. Let's try a similar team. And this time instead of Syl, we'll try Mausoleum Mage. It's going to be tough though, like I said, with him at level 50. It's just he brings that extra cleanse. We kind of missed that. I run 3 cleansers usually on this boss, so not having that third cleanse kind of throws off the boss fight a little bit. So remember, we'll just kind of go through and then we'll manual wave 2 again. That seemed to be very helpful last time for us getting through. Actually, we can go ahead and start right here because there's really no point. I'll try to take out the Shazar here so we don't have to worry about the bombs. Right, we can use the AoE attack. I think Mausoleum Mage is in an immunity set. Okay, the Canderfons both went Perfect Veil. Let's take these guys out here before they pop us pretty hard. I don't think they can really hurt us too bad. Okay, yeah, see, we're fine. Alright, one's down. Bombs really don't do much there. That hurt a little bit. Alright, so we're going to go in, we're going to do the same thing, and this time we'll see how this goes. I was going to say, Mausoleum Mage probably not going to survive right there, unfortunately. That's what I was worried about. At 50, he's not going to have the gear or the stats. So now we're in trouble. Okay, we lose both. Okay, yeah, so that didn't work at all. Might as well just go ahead and stop this now. Alright, so I am not going to waste any more time with you guys here. I will keep trying different teams. I think the team we tried last time should have had it. They were just a couple of turns away from getting there. So we'll go back to the drawing board and we'll see what we can do. If we happen to beat this, I'll update next week on next week's episode. But that's going to do it for this week's episode of Free to Play Friday. Hope you guys enjoyed this. As always, if you have any questions about anything, feel free to leave it down below, and I'll do my best to get you an answer as soon as I can. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.